ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్ లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్ చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ ని పరీక్షించుకున్న కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు. ఈ యొక్క అవకాశాన్ని సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాలని 10th చదివే విద్యార్థులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను.
So hello students. Yeah, hi everyone ma. So in this video we'll discuss the previous year questions from the chapter 4. So as we have done the previous year's questions from the different top chapters, right? The same thing we'll do it here also. And chapter 4 explanation and discussion is completed. So if you didn't see that video, go and check it out and come to this video of the previous year questions. Okay, so chapter 4 is transportation and circulatory system. So from this chapter also we have the important questions here. So what are the important questions we'll see now ma? So that is the previous year questions. So the first one, can you see here, describe the internal structure of the heart they are asking, and this is the question has come in the year March 2015. See nana, manaki previous chapters lo manam ela aithe chesamo ఇయర్స్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ డిస్కషన్ చేసామో ఇక్కడ కూడా అలాగే చేస్తాము. సో ఏవైతే క్వశ్చన్స్ వచ్చాయో ఈ చాప్టర్ నుంచి మనం చూసాం. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్? వాట్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్? సింప్లీ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ ద ఇంటర్నల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ ది హార్ట్. ఓకేనా? విత్ ది హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ద నీట్ లేబుల్డ్ డయాగ్రామ్ యూ నీడ్ టు రైట్ దిస్ ఆన్సర్. ఓకే, సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా రాస్తాం నాన్న? డెఫినెట్లీ యూ నీడ్ టు డ్రా ది డయాగ్రామ్. ఓకే, సో డయాగ్రామ్ అనేది డ్రా చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద హార్ట్ స్ట్రక్చర్. ఓకే, హార్ట్ ఇస్ a 4-chamber heart. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద రైట్ atrium. This is the right side, right auricle or right atrium, and this is the right ventricle here. Okay, okay nana, we have to name the figure also. And here the left atrium, and this is the left ventricle. Okay, so right side always carries the deoxygenated blood. The left side carries the oxygenated blood. So the right atrium takes the blood, okay, receives the blood from 2 channels. So what are they? Superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. So these 2 parts, from these 2 the deoxygenated blood from the superior parts like from head, like that hands, or from the superior parts of the body, the deoxygenated blood is collected, and the inferior parts, downward parts, the blood is collected and it is given to the right atrium. Which blood? I mean which blood? The deoxygenated blood. Okay, so the right atrium now gives the blood to the right ventricle through one valve. What is that valve? Tricuspid valve. Okay, here. And the same thing, even the left atrium also receives the pure blood, that is oxygenated blood, through the pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein here. Okay, so the left atrium has the blood, it gives to the left ventricle through one valve called the bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Okay, so the blood is in right ventricle as well as in the left ventricle. So from the right ventricle one structure arises, one artery arises. What is that? Pulmonary artery arises. Pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery gives deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Okay, and from left ventricle also one arises. What is that one artery? Aorta. Aorta arises. Aorta is the biggest artery and it supplies blood to all organs. So this aorta. Okay, so these are the points. If you write it, that is enough. Okay, so what you need to discuss? You need to write the 4 chambers. Okay, and you need to write their valves like atrioventricular valves, left and right there. Okay, if you discuss that, from where you get this all, and like if you discuss about the superior, inferior valves, okay, and about the pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, if you write all these points and if you represent with the neat labeled diagram, this will be completed. You need to write everything here, what I have shown on the diagram, right? So everything you need to write. And heart is a pumping organ here. It pumps the blood to all other parts. So the main organ of the circulatory system is the heart. So definitely you get the marks if you write it like this. Every part you need to discuss now. And the heart goes for the heart pumping here. Okay. So the human heart here. Okay, 4 chamber heart. And in humans we see the double circulation, means heart receives a blood twice, and that will be the fist size. Like hold it like this. So that is completed, ma. So they are asking. So what you need to answer here, if they ask you like this, definitely you need to write about the valves and their function and their position. So ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్ ఏం అడుగుతున్నారు నాన్న మనకి అంటే వాల్వ్స్ అని అడుగుతున్నారు, దాని పొజిషన్స్, ఫంక్షన్స్ అనేవి అడుగుతున్నారు అనమాట. దాంతో పాటు ఈవెన్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ ది బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్. సో రైట్ ఇట్ డౌన్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ asked in the question. So what are the different valves, ma? From right atrium to the right ventricle. So one valve will be there. What is that one valve in between? We also call the right atrioventricular valve, also called tricuspid valve. Okay, what is its function? Means sending the deoxygenated blood from right atrium to the right ventricle. So this is one valve. So let's see the another one. Can you tell that one? So from left atrium to left ventricle, here one valve will be there. What is that one valve? So bicuspid valve. Okay, bicuspid also called mitral valve. Okay, so these are the 2 valves. Oxygenated blood from the left one to the left atrium to the left and ventricle, it reaches by the presence of one valve called the bicuspid. So what is the another two valves near the pulmonary artery from right atrium to the pulmonary artery? There is one valve here also. What is that valve here? Pulmonary valve. Pulmonary valves are nothing but doors, open and close. Just they're like doors, that's like a passage. Next, there is also one valve. What is that one? From left ventricle to the aorta, there is one valve. What is that one? Called the systemic valve, or also systemic valve. Systemic valve. So these are the valves you need to answer, and you should write even the blood vessels also here. So what are the different blood vessels? Like superior vena cava, okay, and inferior vena cava you need to write, and about the pulmonary vein you need to write, okay, and pulmonary artery you need to write. So if you write about all these valves and the blood vessel, and within just 1 to 2 sentences the question will be finished. So you get the good, and this is the question they have asked in the year June 2017. You should be ready for this question if it comes in this question paper, okay?
Hello students, myself is Sanjay Kumar Singh and I did my B from Birla Institute of Technology, Misra, and I am having 18 years experience of teaching. Now I am associated with KVC classes. Now here the advantage which you people are going to get, that there is a technical pool of faculty, mostly from IITs. So this is one of the biggest enabler for achieving your success. The second best thing is that doubt classes and all, they are conducted in the presence of faculties. So third is that your entire curriculum, timing of teachings, all is being monitored by ITMs and NITMs. So come here and join us.
So we'll discuss the another question from the chapter 4 itself. So what is the question here? What is limb and what are the functions they are asking in this question, and it is asked in the year June 2018, so very near, okay. So in this year also we can expect this question. So what is a limb? By the way, limb is nothing but a fluid. So if they ask you like this question, what you need to write the points? So definitely you need to write what is limb here. You need to put one side heading there, or within just like in a point wise manner you can write this question. So what is a limb here means it's nothing but interstitial fluid. Interstitial fluid, or simply we can say it is the tissue fluid present between the tissue. Limb, it means it is without blood. So it is a white fluid without RBC. So without RBC present in the blood. Blood lo manaki RBC lekapothe edaithe white matter untundo adi entana ante adi lymph anamata. Lymph lo without red blood cells anevi undavu. So what is in between the tissues, like the group of cells is called the tissues. So in between the tissues we will be having one fluid. What is that fluid here? The lymph here. So what is the function of the lymph, mana? What is the function here? So if you talk about the function, it supplies the nutrients to all other parts of the body. It will supply, and you need to write what does a lymphatic system consist of. Lymph nodes, lymph vessels, you need to mention that point also, like lymph, okay, lymph nodes, lymph vessels, okay, like this. They all consist of the lymphatic system. So if you write this answer with this few points, you will get the good marks. Okay, what is the lymph you need to discuss there, and what is the lymph you need to discuss there, what are the functions you need to discuss, what does the lymphatic system consist of, you need to mention all these things. So you should be ready for this question. Okay, if you write in a simple sentence, we'll get the good marks. Okay, so hello everyone, hi students. Yeah, so as we are discussing the previous year questions from the chapter 4, that is the transportation and the circulatory system. So we have completed the three questions from this. So let's see the fourth question. So what is the fourth question here? Explain the process of coagulation of blood, and this was asked in the year March 2019, so very recently. So if you want to see this description of this subtopic here, you can check it out in our link, okay, provided link. Fill the detailed description of this explanation, you can see from that video and come here in the discussion session. So when the question is asked like this, what you need to write here? Okay, so question అనేది మనకి ఇలా ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా రాయాలి? Okay, so what points you need to write here? First you need to write what is coagulation. What is a coagulation ma here? Coagulation means is nothing but clotting of blood. Okay, blood clotting. So whenever any cut or any wound happens, the blood oozes from the cut, isn't it right? If cut అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందన్న blood will come out of that cut, right? So the same thing here, whenever it is happening, okay, what will happen after a few seconds or few minutes? Will the blood be like that? అలా ఉంటుందా బ్లడ్ ఇంకా? నో, డెఫినెట్లీ ద క్లాటింగ్ అకర్స్. బ్లడ్ అనేది గడ్డ కడుతుంది, చూసారు కదా. సో దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ది బ్లడ్ క్లాటింగ్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ కోఅగులేషన్ మీన్స్? ద బ్లడ్ clotting. So what is the mechanism of this clotting? Like what are the factors involved in the clotting? Let's see. So in blood there are many different cells like RBC cell, WBC, there is a white blood cells, and also the platelets are seen. So in blood we consist of the platelets. So platelets అనేవి ఉంటాయి నాన్న, ఓకేనా. whenever any fever కానీ మీకు డెంగ్యూ కానీ వచ్చినప్పుడు జనరల్ ఏమైపోతుంది, ప్లేట్లెట్స్ కౌంట్ అనేది తగ్గిపోతుంది కదా. డిడ్ యూ ఎవర్ అబ్జర్వ్ ఇట్? డెఫినెట్లీ. ఓకే, రిపోర్ట్స్ చూడండి, మనకి ఇక్కడ బ్లడ్ ప్లేట్లెట్స్ కౌంట్ అనేది ఇస్తారు, ఆర్బీసీ ఎన్ని సెల్స్ ఉన్నవి అనేసి. సో రిపోర్ట్స్ ఎప్పుడైనా డెఫినెట్ గా చూడండి. సో వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ ఇన్ ద కోఆగులేషన్ హియర్ ఈస్ ది platelets. The platelets will produce one enzyme. So what is that enzyme name? So can you tell that enzyme name? Thrombokinase. So thrombokinase is the enzyme. ఏమైందన్నా, కోఆగులేషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? క్లాట్ అవ్వడం. అసలు ఎలా క్లాట్ అవుతుంది, మెకానిజం ఏంటి అని చూస్తే మనకి బ్లడ్లో సెల్స్ ఉంటాయి, like RBC, WBC and platelets. So ఈ platelet cells ఏం చేస్తాయి? They produce one enzyme, okay, secrete one enzyme. So what is that enzyme name? Thrombokinase. What does this thrombokinase will do here? It will convert the prothrombin, okay, prothrombin into thrombin. So who is converting here? Thrombokinase is acting on the prothrombin and it is converting into thrombin here. So which one is inactive here? This one or that one? Which one is inactive here? So this is inactive. Okay, to make it active here, one enzyme is acted. So what is an enzyme acting here? So this thrombokinase is making this prothrombin into active one. What is the active form, ma? This is the active form. అర్థమవుతుంది నాన్న. సో ప్లేట్లెట్స్ అనేవి ఒక ఎంజైమ్ని సెక్రేట్ చేస్తాయి. వాట్ ఈస్ అన్ ఎంజైమ్? థ్రాంబోకైనేస్. అది ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే ఇనాక్టివ్ ప్రోథ్రాంబిన్ అనమాట, బ్లడ్లో ఉంటుంది. సో దాన్ని యాక్టివ్గా చేస్తుంది. ఎవరు యాక్టివ్గా చేస్తున్నారు? థ్రాంబోకైనేస్ యాక్టివ్ ఫామ్. వాట్ ఈస్ యాక్టివ్ ఫామ్? థ్రాంబిన్. So this is active. This thrombin also will act on another substance. So what is that substance here? Fibrinogen. Fibrinogen. So this is also inactive form only. Inactive. Now this thrombin come, the active one. This the active one will act on the fibrinogen and finally it will converts into fibrin. Fibrin is the substance or the material which is helping for the clotting. So ee fibrin em chestundi manaki threads ga form avutundi chude clot daggara ela form avutundi oka fiber laga material anedi solid material form avutundi. That is because of this fibrin. This fibrin is the one which is helping for the clotting here. ఏమవుతుంది? బ్లడ్లో ఉన్న ఫైబ్రినోజన్ అనేది దిస్ విల్ బి ఇన్ లిక్విడ్ ఫామ్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఫైబ్రిన్ విల్ బి ఇన్ ద సాలిడ్ ఫామ్. సాలిడ్గా లిక్విడ్ ఉన్న బ్లడ్ అనేది సాలిడ్ మెటీరియల్గా ఫైబ్రిన్గా కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తుంది. సో దిట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఆల్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ది thrombokinase. So whenever this question is asked in the question paper, what you need to write? If you simply write this point is enough. What is clotting? You have to write coagulation. And platelets, if you write about the thrombokinase, if you write about the thrombin, okay, there ends our question. So if this question appears, definitely you need to write this question. Okay, you need to get marks in this question. By this the question ends here.